guys, I thought today, as you can see by the changing background, you are in my kitchen. And I realised while I was taking my bath tonight, as if you will have seen my nighttime routine, you'll know that I do that every night. But I thought tonight, while I was in my bath, that I would show you what I eat in the evening when I've got the energy to cook, which is basically like a proper cook, not just chuck something in the oven kind of cook. Once, twice a week, depending on how much energy levels I've got and depending on how much pain I'm in. Now, I've been quite lucky today because a lot of my day was spent just relaxing and sorting things out on the emails and on the other side of growing up that I don't particularly like because it's all admin stuff. So I thought I'd use the energy and cook myself something decent. And for those wondering about my hair, I've just taken a bath, so I've tossed it up in a side bun just to keep it out my hair, out my face. And I can do better buns than this. I am a dancer, so this is kind of bugging me slightly. But it keeps it out the way and it's drying, so I don't care. So tonight I'm going to make my favourite thing, well, one of my favourite things, which is pasta. I cannot remember what kind of pasta it is because I just call it curly pasta. But I know that it's free from because that's what's safe for me. And with that, I'm going to have peas. They're just your normal ones. You chuck them in the freezer even. Frida's the name of my support worker's cat. I don't know where that came from. And with those peas, I'm also going to have tuna. And where are you? Mayonnaise. While I cook, usually I do like to have things on in the background. However, I don't want to be copyrighted again, so I won't be having music on. But fair warning for everyone watching this, I do tend to sing when I'm cooking. You may hear that. I apologise if it's crap. So what I'm going to do first is, I think, I apologise, it's a mess in my kitchen. Turn me water on so that it's less crap, basically. Now, which one is it? Because I can't remember which one I want on. I think... Sorry, I was moving you so that you could see what I was doing and then realised it probably wouldn't be the smartest idea. I need a new camera. I will find one eventually. I think it will be the front left one, which for me, because I've got it up on the side, because I can't always tell, so all of my button knob things on the oven have stickers on them, so I know which is which. Right, front left corner circle is orange background and blue star. So, this one. Is it this one? Please be this one, because I've got all the things on the other ones and I don't particularly want to melt anything. Where's me thing? Oh, it's not that. No, not that one. Okay. Is it this one? This is why you check, because I have 4 hobs and 4 knobs, and it's really difficult for me just simply because I don't have the best understanding of ovens and cooking. I'm still learning that stuff. Oh, we got it. That's good. So what I'm doing right now is, as I've said, I'm just heating up the water so that, well, it's heated up. You don't want cold water for pasta. It doesn't work. It just looks gross. And then tastes gross because it's basically just crunched. And while that is doing its heating up, I am going to get my big bowl. This is a basic mixing bowl made out of plastic, for anyone who's wondering. Just because it's deep enough that I know if I put everything in one place and I'm stirring, I'm not going to end up with it all over the floor, and I'm also not going to end up with it all over me. And if I drop it, it's not an issue because it literally is bowl of plastic, because I drop things a lot, hence why that is a very important thing for me. And in that bowl I'm going to put the tuna. Now I'm not going to put any mayonnaise in yet. For those wondering why, it's because it's easier to put the mayonnaise on when everything's in one bowl, because then I don't have to just try and mix it again once it's over the tuna, and then mix it again when the pasta and the peas are mixed in. It's just easier. It means everything gets coated once with mayonnaise and not everything needing to be quite as measured, I guess you could say. Now I think because of the size of the pot and the amount of tuna I get in this pot, I'm going to get another one from the fridge, which unfortunately is all the way down in that corner, so you might not see it. Get myself another pot of tuna. Do I have another pot of tuna? Can't tell. That's milk. That's also milk. Yes, I do. We have another pot of tuna. We're all good. That's 3. Let's go to my pot of tuna on the list. It is the exact same kind of tuna that's already in the bowl. It's just I needed to get another pot because I don't think one of them would be enough for the amount of pasta and stuff I usually have. Open up the pasta. No, this is not pasta, this is tuna. Open the tuna, put it in. Grab the lid, put the lid back on the bowl and chuck it in the bin. Excuse me 2 seconds, I can hear me weird furry friend. There you are! Hello! You're gonna come for hugs. You go, sweet boy. Oh, you're all wet. Say hello to our friends. We're teaching them how we're gonna show them what we cook on a night time. Yes, I am well aware you want the tuna. For those wondering, that's what he was sniffing, because it's right in front of him. But currently he's quite happy in my arms. He does need a wash though, because he just got soaking wet because I just took him out. Because after dinner we're going to go to bed, so I don't want to have to worry about him having accidents at night. Are you comfy up there, sir? Are you a comfy boy? Do you want to be put down? Are you enjoying yourself looking at... do you even see yourself? He's comfy. I think he quite enjoys it. Okay, go down then, my little poof. Making pasta, dude. That's all I'm doing. Oh, 1 second. Me water is bubbled. So now, pasta I don't use a lot of because it does swell, expand, whatever the right word is, when it's being cooked. So I don't use a lot of pasta in one go. But I do guess because I'm useless at measurements. But I do just guess. So that's about 1/4 to me of the jar even. And then I'm also gonna put, let's put this down 2 seconds. Also putting the peas in at the same time, just because it's easier, that way everything gets cooked at once and they defrost in the bowl. Turn over so you defrost. Thank you. Note to self, let's not put or pour in the hot water, that will hurt. Put back in the cupboard. I'm going to go to this side of my house and just grab a lid for me pot, because I really don't want that to go everywhere. For those wondering about this system, it is literally, oh my god, I've got a plastic bag stuck on my foot. It's literally just a clothes hanger, elastic bands round the lids and round the holes in the pots so that I don't end up with it everywhere. It just gives me a bit more table space and a bit more surface space, especially at the moment. Now, I did at one point have a timer in here, but I don't anymore because it got dropped in water by mistake. So what I'm going to do is quickly nip into the living room, grab my phone, and then I will show you how long I put my pasta on for. Hi, sweet boy. Probably need the phone. Clock. Right, got my phone. Timer. 16 minutes. No, 18. 18's better. Right. So I've got 18 minutes on my clock. And I'm going to press start. So there we go. That's that getting done. And while that's getting timed, I'm going to be careful not to put my phone on the oven. I'm going to do what needs to be done with this tuna. So I'm going to cut it up so that it's small and not like a giant lump of stuff, because that's gross, and also that would be useless in terms of trying to use it. Got my knife. Now for tuna, because it's quite light and it's quite easy to cut, I just use a bread knife. I see no point in using anything else. If I was cutting something else up, like say if I was trying to cut up bread or noodles, I would use a proper sharp knife. But this is literally tuna chunks that need cutting up. I apologise, the noise you are hearing, if you can hear it, is me cutting up the tuna in the bowl. Because it's not the most quiet of situations, and it's not the most quiet of things that you have to do. But it needs to be done for this meal, because I don't have peas without pasta. I don't have them on the side of things anymore. I used to, but then the texture felt weird when I got sick, so I now have it with pasta. I have it in sauces, I have them in curries, but I won't have them on their own. Jake, it's okay. I'm not apologising. I don't know what he's heard. Jakey, come! Oh, he heard next door. That's what he heard next door across the hall from us. They make a racket when they don't need to, so he barks. And I've already had threats and all sorts off with people because of his noise when there are other dogs in the building. Yeah, it seems to be Jake getting the majority of the complaints and me getting the majority of them, even though he only barks when he hears people at the door and when he gets overexcited. And that's about it. Right, I have now chopped up and re-sorted the tuna. That's the 2 pots of tuna that I used, so that can stay there. I'm just going to check my timer. We are on 15 minutes, so that's okay. Leave those to do that. Just going to chuck the plastic bag in the bin so it doesn't end up all over the place. While that is cooking, I'm going to also just get my washing out of the washing machine, which is heavy. Let's be careful. That's a lot of room. Oops. Is there. So I'm going to place you lot down there, and I'm going to get my washing out because this stuff's being washed now, so it can be moved. Shift you. It gets a task done. That's one of the main reasons I do it. It gets a task done while I'm also trying to be. For those wondering, I'm putting the stuff that's dry, that's currently in there, on the horse in my living room, because it's easier that way, and because I do have a lot of things. This is a cushion cover, for anyone wondering. That's what I'm currently taking out. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Right, I've had to stop taking the washing out for a few seconds because I'm just stirring the pasta and peas because they started to make weird noises and I knew that's when it needs to be stirred. So that's stirred. I'm going to continue to take out the washing now. For those wondering what I eat and why I eat this late, it's only twice a week I eat this late. Tonight and last night. Last night because I got in from dance really late and it's just easier to eat after rather than before for me. Obviously that's not quite the same as everyone else, and tonight I eat late because I don't have to be up the next morning. And it just means that technically I'm still fueled up for the next day, while also knowing that I go to my parents when Sunday dinner time and they cook, so I'm not hungry again till then, which is fine. It works for me, might not work for everyone, and I understand that. However, I'm going to continue quickly getting this washing out the washing machine so that can dry overnight and I can put everything back together again tomorrow. For those wondering, this is all just cushions, cushion covers, bits and pieces of stuff that's needed a wash and just hasn't had one yet, and the blanket that goes over the sofa. Because it was just easier than buying a whole set of crap you put all over your sofa, and it makes no sense to me. And before I put this stuff on to dry, I'm quickly going to give my food a stir so it doesn't burn any water again. I've just turned the extractor fan on, so you may hear that in the background. I apologise, it's loud, but I need it on because I don't want to set the fire alarm off, because it's a lot of smoke when you make this sort of food. One cushion before I need one more, and then I've humble them all. There we go, I have the last two. skies are grey. Right, for those wondering, my timer is on. Let's click on it actually, I don't want you to see the message. Focus! 7 minutes and 54 seconds. So just in your back a bit. Just by doing tasks while my dinner is cooking and trying to be productive, I've managed to waste from 18 minutes at least a good 10. Simply by doing stuff so I didn't have to worry about them tomorrow. Excuse me while I reply to my mother, who has just sent me a picture of the cutest dog in the world. It's one of her friend's dogs. This is my friend's parents' dog, or one of the 4 I think they've got. His name is Sydney. I adore him. He's like literally probably very small, maybe a little bit smaller than Jake. So when we go out and he sees him, I think he's excited that Sydney's smaller than him. But I just love the fact that he's soft. I mean, that's the same with every animal I own, but it's the same sort of thing. It's the same thought process I have, really. And I love Sydney just as much as I love Jake. Please excuse me while I go and stir the stuff again so it doesn't get stuck to the sides. Put this blanket on to dry. Right, I'm pulling the blanket out for the sofa for anyone's curiousness. Get on to dry. Currently, in my living room, there is a whole pile of clothing because I haven't put it away yet, because I will do that tomorrow. But at the same time, I'm very aware of that pile of clothing and it's driving me insane because I know it needs to be put away. But it still annoys me. I also need to wash my mask, and I will do that eventually. But since I don't go out very much, it doesn't need a wash like every day. So for now, I'm sticking with clothing that needs to be washed, and specific clothing like my leotards that need to be washed, and jakey jackets and towels, because they're things that I do use regularly. Some underwear, I don't want. So these are the next ones to be hung up so they dry. Also, I just realised, because there's no music on in this video, there are blocks of quiet where I'm not speaking or doing anything, or at least you can't see me doing it. So I apologise that it's rather quiet. It's just when I'm doing stuff away from camera, it's easier for me to not shift it, because the camera I use currently at the moment, until I get a new one, is on my laptop. So I don't want to have to lift my laptop every time. However, I can now shut my washing machine since all of my stuff's out of it, and that's good. I only need to hang up, I've got 2 towels I need to hang up, which is fine, that I can do easily. I'm going to check on my timer in a second to figure out how much of time I've got left to do before my food is ready, or at least until it's ready to go to the next stage. Whoops. Stirry, 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 stirry. Stirry, 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 stirry. Stirry, 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 stirry. Stirry, stirry, stirry. Stirry, stirry, stir. There we go, all stirred. And we have on the timer, where are you? Clock. 1 minute. So, because it's 1 minute, I'm gonna quickly, because I also want a drink, I'm gonna use this mug. For those wondering, this is from another YouTube channel I've mentioned a lot on this channel, Fathering Autism. This print on my wonderful mug is done by their beautiful daughter. She's called Abigail and she's non-verbal, but I like to support them in any way I can, and buying merchandise is one of them. And I love this mug. I mean, you can tell by the amount of stains are in it that I use it a lot, because it is one of my favourite ones to use. It's sturdy, it's got a wide enough handle for me so that if I do struggle to hold it, I've got something I can grip with. And the pattern is one of my favourite things. It's so cool. So I'm going to go put a tea bag in this. And for those wondering about the grapes on the counter, they do get eaten. They just are up there for now because I don't want them in the fridge because cold grapes taste weird. So I'm going to go put a tea bag in this and turn on my kettle. Grab a denter chew for Jakey, which is basically a toothbrush that is in the cupboard right now. So I'm going to pick you guys back up. Grab a Jakey denter chew. This is for Jake. It is basically a toothbrush. He loves them, and it makes sure his teeth get clean. And our time has just gone off, so dismiss you. Turn that off. Sorry guys, I'm finding it really hard to know where to put you today because I don't want you to fall over anything or be fallen over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place you on top of my wash basin thing while I do the next bit, because my time has just gone off. So I'm going to grab my strainer and we'll do the next step. Strainer, yes, it's triangle. No, I don't know why. Heavy pot full of water and food. Also very convenient, my kettle's just finished boiling too. So I can sort that in a second. Once I've put these in the bowl that they need to go in. There we go, all strained. I'm now going to put those in here. Put this in the wash basket, not wash basket, that's a different thing, in the basin. And I put knives, forks, spoons in in a jug by my sink so that they don't get muddled with every other bit of washing, because I do tend to hurt myself, so it's safer to wash these separately for me. Just sort out my kettle. Right. Everything's now in one bowl. So I'm going to grab my mayonnaise, put my mayonnaise in, and then give this a stir. I'm not going to divvy it out into another bowl because there's quite a lot here, and it's just safer for me to keep it all in one place, especially since I'll probably be eating in bed. Shaky, shaky mayonnaise. All mixed together now. This is going in the wash. I'm going to quickly finish my cup of tea, grab a fork for that, and then I will be done. Get the milk out the fridge for my cup of tea. Milk back in the fridge. Book. Pasta. Phone sorted. Right. For those wondering what these white pieces of paper are on my cupboard, they are carb counts, drink meals counts for my primary polydipsia, and a hypoglycemia poster so support workers that come into my house know what to look for, and a list of where everything is, so that again when we're getting help unpacking shopping, everyone knows where everything goes and I don't freak out. So I have made my pasta. It is in a bowl, and this is what it looks like. Doesn't look particularly appetizing, but I love it. And I'm gonna say thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.